Hey, I want to make sure I'm not having an error here because XSplit just told me I had an error. So let me know if we are good here or not. What up? What up? What's going on, Trade Safari? Are we good here? Let me know. Cool. All right, let's do a couple minutes for some people to get in here. I don't think my marketing is working, so let's go over a few things real quick. I got some stocks I want to go over. Stock market's in an interesting place. All good in the hood. In front of us is the 2-hour Bitcoin. Obviously, everybody knows we broke down hard off that 7,900 level. What up, JD, MDF, Ziv? Just let a few more people gather in here, make a few notes. We probably need to go over XRP because it came a little lower than I thought, but I still like XRP. Got a few stocks to go over. So I think it's going to be a slow start here. So let's go ahead. We've got Bitcoin in front of us. I want to first, let's talk about, I guess one thing I'm going to talk about is I think we're coming into a low because crypto Twitter seems to be getting all caught up, got their underwear in a bunch, and people I think have been caught long and giving up here finally. So I think that's the start. So as everybody knows, I'm still extremely bullish here. So I think we're coming into a big low. What up, Chor? So first of all, let's talk about our software. We talked about even last time we was live, down here at the 7,900 level, 78.60 or so. Technometer was oversold. We even had like a 35.50 level down there. So last time I was live, we came out here, was trading around 8,200. I said those lows were extremely important and we were going to trail stops because once you come off a buy signal like we had that normally is extremely reliable, those are important levels. So we did have stops at 79.80 and let me get this right. All the different stops I had. And then I had stops at 77.60 and 78.80. I forget the exact stops. I had them scattered all over, and those all gave out obviously quickly this morning in about 3 minutes, I think it was. So that level gave away. That gave us straight selling through the previous lows of 7,700. We came down, we've done a 7,300, right now we're 7,400. You can see Technometer, it did come up here, it was about, I think we had a 47 at one point. And a downtrend 48 or so could be a sell, that's all we needed. We're back down here at 37, which again I think is still coming into a buy zone. I think we're just getting the last bull stopped out. So if we go back to an Elliot wave count, I'm getting a lot of grief on Twitter. It's too funny. I've been doing Elliot wave for since 1980. I do know what I'm doing. Elliot wave is only a confirming factor for me because I own WyckoffSMI.com, so a lot of Wyckoff people like to give me shit as well that I'm throwing Elliot wave on my charts, but I'm doing that on the cryptos because I think it's important. Just for a roadmap, I'm not trading strictly off Elliot wave. With that in mind, I'm going to throw some Elliott wave numbers on here because the rally from 3,100 to 14,000, we called that perfectly. It did follow a nice Elliott wave pattern. Because of that, everybody knows I've been looking for a pullback to, and I said 8,200 only because I felt like the rally was so strong, the sell-off would be strong as well, and it has not been as strong. but we're still back here at previous fourth waves at 76, 7400. So we're not doing any damage long term at all. And then if you can see here, I still say probably the appropriate count is an ABC and then an X wave and then an AB, and we just came out of that B wave for C down here. I'd mentioned last time I was live that this could be a flat here or a triangle. I expected really more of a triangle possibly when it couldn't get going, but it doesn't look as good, but you still could have called this the triangle that ended here at the 82, 8300. And now we're having the last sell off out of that. So maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe one more jab lower. I don't think it'll be anything dramatic, but we had stopped out here as we had said, and we rebought around 7,500 this morning. So I saved about $400 there. We got chopped up a little bit in here, made a little, lost a little, same thing back here. But then we had to stop at 99.25, entered back in at 8,200 to 7,800. So saved ourselves a ton of money there. So the stops are working for us. And, you know, we're fighting this, obviously this correction here, but I think we're at the end of it. So we'll just deal with it. Because again, on the other wave count that we showed on the way up, we had all the buys off the lows. People can say those weren't true. We did those live on air. So all the haters on Twitter, that's their problem. I think everyone has been caught long. They're getting beat up. So now they want to lash out at everybody. So, and this, again, counts really good here. So I think you still got to be long here and buy any dips. Same thing on an Ethereum. We had stops at 168. I didn't like when it gave up the 168 level, but just bought right back here at 160, really where we are now. It did hold the previous low, which is better than the majority of other coins. I still like Ethereum. Litecoin, we had some stops at 51 on this low. And again, came right back in at 49, basically where we're at. So I'm long again, basically at the levels we're trading at now. Bitcoin more like 7,500. We're 7,420. So, but I guess I'm not worried about it. Again, I think we'll dig in here and work dramatically higher. So appreciate it, JD. We had to sell live on air above 13.5. We said a couple hundred higher would be the high for this wave one. We had that sell 13.1 live on air. That's when all the alts got cremated. We gave a sell at 10.4. Did go to 12.1, but we said that was still not a good rally. So again, we was looking for 8,200. We've got that. We're still coming a little bit lower. So, but I think we're just cleaning up the lows here. So let's look at Ripple real quick, because that's one that did act very well on the upside. And I think probably on Ripple, this is a major way too low. And you can see here that I think we had a 1 up, and probably this morning the 2 came a little deeper. We're at 27 now. I still think maybe if Bitcoin breaks one more time, this will come down maybe that 25 level again. But I think Ripple could lead us still here for a while. So I don't really own much Ripple. A few clients do. We do manage clients' assets, private client group. Go to learncrypto.io if you want some help. These markets move fast, 24 hours a day. So, but I still like Ripple moving forward, and I still like any coin really moving forward from here. I'm going to bring up the intraday Bitcoin USD 5-minute chart, price and volume. Chainlink, let's look at that as well. Here's Atom USDT. I think you can own that one if you'd like. We're going to look at Link. That's another one. Definitely, I think you can own. That one's going higher, I believe. Do your own research. This is only for entertainment. I'm a registered investment advisor, but I'm not giving personal investment advice. Again, we do manage clients' assets, stocks, and cryptos. Link looks unbelievably good. Matic, another one I think will look good here. So those are three that I like. We've talked about BAT. We've talked about BNB. I think BNB is good. We've talked about Zen, ADA. So as I showed, the stop losses have kept us out of trouble here, but I do think we're headed still dramatically higher. So I want to talk about stocks for a minute. This is our Wyckoff wave, which is like a Dow Jones or S&P 500 index. You can see here that the OP has came down to new lows compared to here. Price hasn't, and we're oversold on the technometer. So I think we're headed higher here. If you bring in, I want to bring up the QQQ. There's the Wyckoff Wave Growth Index still holding in nicely. Had a little spring today from the low 3 days previous. So I think you can look at some stocks here. There's QQQ. Was down around 39 today on the QQQ for near oversold. Square is one that we like. You can see at 38.24 technometer, 38 is oversold, so I think Square could dig in here. Tags is another one that Discord is looking at. That one reversed today. I think that one is one that can dig in and put itself back together. We are short GDX. Technometer went from oversold down here to now overbought. It was above 50 today. I think that one we are short from, it's not showing, but we're short from exactly the high at 29.48. Right there. I look for that one still to break down. Let's look at AT&T. This is one that we're long. Sorry we're not logged in because I'm long this one back down here at the 35 level. We're at 37.74. We got a technometer down more near oversold. I think AT&T works higher. TLT, interest rates at 42. Normally if stocks rally, TLT could come under some pressure. So no strong opinion on TLT at the moment. What else? Again, I think Link is a good one here. More risk than I normally take, but that's a good one. What up, Andrew? So, what else do we need to discuss here? We 74.33, 160 on Ethereum. So I don't have much more to bring. Let's go back to that 5 minute, 1 month, Bitcoin USD. I don't think you'll get Link at $2, so yeah, I'd say you're crazy. Right up crypto 420. Link is acting way too strong, so I don't think you can get that. Wyckoff teaches you want to be long the strong stocks in a market that's ready to turn higher. Same thing with cryptos. If Bitcoin's making a major low here, some of those coins are going to come alive. I will talk about Bitcoin dominance. Not much to add here on the intraday charts, so we're going to be watching that over the next few days to see if we can continue to get lows in the OP while price holds. But nothing glaring there at the moment. Bitcoin dominance. I talked about this last time I was live. I talked about possibly a wave 5 coming here. Somebody commented again about Elliot wave on this. There's nothing wrong with this Elliot wave count. So all you want to be Elliot wave people need to sit down. So I still think Bitcoin could dominate here. So I am still really overweighted. If we get this to a new high above this 73 level, 74, maybe up here to 77 or so, if that would happen, then I think at that point you want to be all over the alts because Bitcoin could come under pressure and alts would have finally some type of alt season. So, any other questions? Do I see 69.50? I'm not sure 69.50 could happen on some type of wick lower. I mean, no, I'm not really. I think that's a little too low. This is another. This is a roadmap I put up before that I'm not sure of, but this would look more of a 69.50. So maybe go down to 71 like I'm talking, sideways, and one more break below 7,000 to scare everybody. I think that would scare everybody. So I wouldn't like it, but it wouldn't change my opinion. ETC, I really have not been trading that since that high at 13.1. I wouldn't be scared of it down here. The Fibonacci time frame I was talking about was the rally from 31.20 up to the high of 14,000. 0.618 of that time period is where we're at now over here on tomorrow, I believe it is. So, so again, if this took 100 days up, then we've had 61.8 days sideways to lower now. So just a 0.618 Fibonacci of the previous rally. And wow, we're about almost 7,000 off the lows, so or off the high, excuse me, from 14,000. So I think we've done enough. If we look at long shorts, not helping that much on the Bitfinex. But I know some of the other parameters for long shorts are getting a little healthier, which I think will give us a low. I did see that article, Tyson, that I didn't read it. I saw the title because I don't believe much of the crypto news that I read. I'm sure they thought that might help because it was easy then to short Bitcoin. I think that is long behind us, so I don't think that means much now. I think BAT will still bring in more institutions. And guys, we just had a nice impulsive rally, and we've had a nice pullback. So anybody been watching me and Nick, I mean, I had said all along that we was going to come down. I thought 8,200 would hold it. We gave a buy from 7,800 to 8,200. Tried to trade this over the last few weeks. I lost a little bit doing it and then got stopped out today and bought it back $400 cheaper. So I'm not really having an issue here. Yeah, it can be a lot easier, but I think that's coming. So buy here and get buckled in. If shorts on Binance are piling up, yeah, that would be interesting. So I know there's a website, Trade Safari, that we showed, that maybe Sheila showed, 5 different exchanges. So I know that they are coming in a little bit. So again, I think we're preparing for this major low. If we don't dig out of here the next day or two, then yeah, we probably are going to spike a little bit lower. Anybody in Discord knows that I've still got a little bit of firepower back. If you go and join the Discord, we're only down to what, 7 or 8 days here coming in the end of the month. Pay with crypto and you're good for 30 days, or hit us up because Patreon's going to charge you now, then also again November 1. We go to patreon.com/learncrypto. If Bitcoin falls to 5,500, I would guess XRP possibly could break down to that level. That's really not on my radar, so I don't think that'll happen, Tyson. Stephen, I think new highs. I think we'd get above 14,000 by the end of the year, and could make an assault at new highs. I don't think time frame matters as much. I mean, let's say it's February 1. I think that'll keep everybody happy anyway. 600 plus Bitcoins today. That's cool. No Halloween outfit for me. Let's look at BNB. That's one that I think that one will probably do its thing as well. We talked about this down here at 1550 or so. Ripple was like 24.5. So I do think that was probably an impulse higher, and we've had an ABC pullback. I'd buy BNB here or even a little bit lower if we get it. I think that's one that will definitely lead us back. BAT, same thing. We talked about that down at the lows. It's holding in nicely. I do not own any BAT to speak of, so you're on your own there, but I think that one had a nice rally, big pullback, could be okay from here. Price target on Link, boy, I don't know. A lot higher. That's all I could say. That one's holding in nicely. I talked about that when it came down at $1.80, came down to this previous fourth wave support and sprung these levels. So it did that, came screaming back and holding the gain. So Link chart looks really, really good. ZRX USD, same type of things, came in deep here, but holding nicely. That chart looks good off the bottom as well. I mean, that one, Ripple, some of these all kind of look the same. Those are the ones I think are gonna do well here moving forward. So that's it, guys. On the stock, U.S. stocks, I think could be trying to make a low here. Try to give some more ideas. At Pro Traders, if you do stocks, you might want to slide over WyckoffSMI.com. The original institute started by Mr. Wyckoff. I do own that. We got a Pro Traders there where we give stock ideas. And at LearnCrypto.io, you can check out the private client group or the Discord. 630 people or so over in Discord. We got a good group over there. What up, Jet? What up, Hunter? What up, Josh? JG? So we got some merchandise behind me here that we're going to start giving away as well. Got a cool Pork Blaster t-shirt. Really good that Chris the Ish took care of. He's the one selling the merchandise. So we're kind of just using that to spread the word. So that's all I got. Bitcoin, 74.55. Probably Nick and I will be here tomorrow night. Let's see if we can get some activity here. And that's all I got for you. If you need anything, hit me up, T. Butterfield at WyckoffSMI.com or support at WyckoffSMI.com. Appreciate it, JG. So that's it, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Any big action overnight, I might go live in the morning. So I'm going to play the outro on Who is Wyckoff, and catch you tomorrow.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street, and by age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell following was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907, I created the magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard D. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank in offering to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff stock market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market and can be found right now at wyckoffsmi.com.